Bears win 24-15. What'd you think of that game, man? That was a good game.
It was a good game. I mean, it was a great game for the Bears, obviously. Before the game even, I mean, last week we were talking about the fact that we felt like it was disrespectful that the Bears were only, what was it, plus underdogs by +7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane. Both teams being 8-3.
Yeah, that was
And
crazy.
it just, and people talking about like, well, the Bears haven't proven themselves yet. They've only beat one team that was over 500, that being the Steelers. Like, yeah, but the Eagles have had issues all year with offense.
Yeah.
Another complaint that you kind of hear from the Bears side point of view is like, well, they only win games by like 2 points. Games are always close. Wouldn't you want a team that's always in the game versus a team that either wins by 20 or loses by 20?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a team that continues to fight versus a team that gives up. I think most people would agree to have the team that fights versus just sits there and kind of takes it. Like we kind of saw what the Eagles did. You know what I mean? Like it felt like the Eagles did just lay there and take a butt whooping for whatever reason. Why today they took the butt whooping? They just definitely sat there and took a mean butt whooping.
I feel like all of their possessions were either immediate 3-and-outs or it would lead to a score. There was no in between. Like the offense would either stall completely or it would lead to a touchdown.
Yeah, I had some notes for this game when we talked about it yesterday at Thanksgiving. Also, shout out everybody, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
If you're watching this,
Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had it well. Hope you got some deals on Black Friday and you made some money gambling. We had Thanksgiving together, so we got to get together and talk about some of these games. But we watched Thursday's game, but we really didn't have any much notes for Thursday's game. We're kind of just enjoying Thanksgiving. But the spread was -7. I remember we looked at that and it was just like way too many points. I took the Bears +7, and I think my keynotes for this game were pretty much it was right on the money. Running backs going to matter. Run game is going to win this game. And as we saw, it was clearly the run game that dominated over there. And then I said the spread was way too high, and the turnovers go to the Bears. Bears, they got to pick again. I think that's 7 weeks in a row. And that's crazy for defense to stop the Eagles like that. And to see Caleb Williams play as well as he did, to not lose the game, was exciting.
Didn't even need him to win. Just needed him to be consistent. You know, the Lions have, what do they have? Sonic and Knuckles?
Yeah.
The Bears got Turbo and Tank.
Yeah?
Swift and who's it? Swift and Manungai today combined for 255 yards
I know.
against a team that's supposed to have a good run defense.
And it was just not clicking at all.
Not clicking at all. I mean, they're averaging like at least 5 rushes per carry. Like they were doing whatever they wanted to. 8-4 against the spread coming into this game. Oh yeah, coming into no. Now they are 8-4 against the spread. The Bears being 8-4, improved to 9-3. I mean, from a personal point of view, the Bears have carried me this season. I've consistently picked the Bears to cover, and they've covered so many times now. 4 weeks in a row for me personally. Like they are just a team that is going to be in the game no matter what it feels like. Caleb Williams will will his team to get there. The defense today was solid. The Eagles, like, I'm learning more and more reasons why people hate watching them play because the offense ends up being very stagnant. And what is the defense? The defense is like, okay, we're gonna bring our safeties back, so there's not gonna be any big plays. Okay, we don't need a big play. We'll just run for 5 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards until we're in the red zone. And now it's up to those safeties that you had so far back to make a stop.
And then you can't. And then on top, that's a good point because on those, like your safeties are resting, sure, but your defensive line is tired. And now when it's third down in the red zone, you can't get any pass rush because your boys are exhausted. Jordan Davis can't do anything. Jalen Carter's non-existent until he gets some time to even get a break or a breather. And by that time, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Caleb was going to throw a quick pass, and you're not going to get there. And we just saw the Eagles crumble under that. And can we talk about the booing? The booing was crazy.
No, I mean Phillies fans are always like that. They're just so intense. They love the game, and that's why we love them. But as a player, imagine you come out at halftime like, "Okay, guys, we can do this." Or even as a fan, like come out at halftime like, We get the ball back. We're going to be okay. We're going to score in this possession. Nope. Immediate 3-and-out. So of course they're going to get booed for that. The Bears, I feel like just watching the game, like obviously their run defense was great this game. I think they held Saquon to less than 50 rushing yards, and he was supposed to have, I think the prediction was over 100 rushing yards or close to 100 rushing yards. And they held him to maybe, again, less than 50. And I think they wanted Jalen Hurts to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, they wanted to test. Dude, you were right. They like show us that you're a quarterback. And I was just like, we're watching a Super Bowl MVP versus a first overall draft pick in his second year with the new head coach. Now, mind you, they definitely put like a lot of people around Caleb to help him, like Colston Loveland, Romeo Dunze, and then this rookie too, Burden, who I don't even know who he was until today. I mean, he's still
Loveland
got
a rookie too?
huh?
Isn't
And
Loveland a rookie too?
and you have Loveland, and then you had Monungai, that running back. He's a 7th round pick, and he's just mowing people down. I mean, you cannot be excited about that. And to show you the excitement from that, I'm going to show you this clip here of Ben Johnson after the game. I mean, what else could you want? You know what I mean?
The player, you see that, and you can't help but love it, man.
Not even just as a player, potentially, like as a fan, how can you not see that and be excited? You know what I mean? Like all that work that the Bears put in, and we were watching the Bears and being like, well, what's going on? Why are they so good this year when last year they were 5-12? Now they beat the Eagles and are 9-3. And I can't wait to see we got to see what the standings are after this weekend. It's going to be very, very exciting.
Johnson, man, what a coach. I mean, he just understands the best or the easiest way to win a game for your team, hold on to the ball. Possession in the first half, I think, was a 70-30 split. Like, the Bears were not giving the ball up. And then again, people were talking about the reason they win so many games, their takeaways. 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery. They just find a way to just crush the will of their opponent. Where the camera pans to the sideline of the Eagles. AJ looks like he's done. AJ Brown looks like he's done. The quarterback Jalen Hurts looks like he's done. Like again, your defense is exhausted. They've been on the field for so long, and you have 2 running backs. One that's just super quick. The other one who's going to put their shoulder into your chest, and you're just forced to continue to play out there like that.
Do you think the offensive coordinator is going to be fired after today?
I don't think so, because the tricky thing about this Eagles team is that their record is still good. They're 8-4. They can still make a little playoff run. The offensive coordinator, I think, should have been fired earlier in the year. At this point now, it's like you're going to get rid of the OC when you're about to head into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, if the OC, this win, does it say a lot to you more about the Eagles or the Bears?
Again, people have been doubting the Bears. The one thing I kept seeing was the whole idea like, oh, they're playing bummy teams. They're not really playing any competition. What more competition is there than a Super Bowl contender?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to do this to them in their house, fans leaving almost at halftime, a little bit after halftime.
Yeah,
it's quiet in there.
Yeah,
it's quiet. We I don't know. This weekend or this whole week has been great because we've seen so many teams losing at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the Bears. You know, again, they've been carrying me all season, and this was just another great game for them. They solidified to me that they are a team that can make a run.
This is the last clip I will show you. This is Emmanuel Ancho from the Speak Easy. I watch them usually after every game to see what his opinion is, and I just saw he posted this clip, so I wanted to just give a live reaction, maybe see what he says.
Bears legit.
Yeah.
It's official. Bears are winning the most dominant division in all of football, a division that has the Packers, a division that has the Lions, and the Bears are doing it convincingly. You went into the link on a short week after Thanksgiving with everything stacked against you. It's a holiday week, distractions from family, you on the road, it's a short week, and you didn't just beat the Eagles, you beat the Eagles down. You took their soul. We ain't seen that happen in probably 10 years. The last time the Eagles gave up this many rushing yards and a half, 2015, I was on the team. You took their soul, people. I haven't seen an Eagles defense get out schemed like this in years. I haven't seen the Eagles offense struggle like this simultaneously, like while the defense was struggling, in years. And here's the worst part. Caleb Williams didn't even ball.
I mean,
150
he didn't
yards.
even ball. So the Bears beat the hell out of the Eagles, and the quarterback didn't even ball. They beat the Eagles strictly off running. 260 rushing yards. They ran the ball 47 times, took their soul. That's what the Bears did to the Eagles. If I'm an Eagles fan, if I'm an Eagles player, if I'm an Eagles coach, I am utterly embarrassed with how they played today. Something has to give, and something has to give immediately. Bears are for real.
Ooh,
They are for
interesting. Interesting take. What do you think from that?
I 100% agree with him. They did, again, the offensive schemes today. One thing I noticed about what the Bears do a lot of, watching this game especially, they just have so many players moving around on the offensive line to kind of force the defense to make shifts in what they're going to do. And before they can recover or before they can do anything, the ball is snapped, 5 yards gained rushing, at least. I think they had two plays all day for, what's it called, a loss in terms of rushing. Caleb Williams was sacked, I think, at least one time, if not twice. So Caleb was being sacked. Obviously, they lost yards on that. But other than that, Swift had one running play that was negative. The rest of them were positive gains.
I think for the offensive line versus the defensive line, I'm kind of more worried about necessarily, not maybe even worried, but I would be more concerned about both sides of the football on the offensive and defensive line comparative of the Eagles versus the Bears, because the Bears, they were running it for sure. I don't disagree with any of that. But that line of scrimmage movement when it was just like body blow, like literally just like the difference, the push you would see in the beginning of the play. And then also like give credit to DeAndre Swift to making something out of nothing half the time, where he's making a small hole into a 6 to 7 yard gain.
6 to 7?
And it's just, you can't do, like, and you're eating up the clock. What was the time of possession? I think it was like a 10-minute to 20-minute difference. Like, what are we doing? It was insane. Love that for Ben Johnson, and I love that personally for Caleb Williams. I'm very ecstatic, more so for Caleb Williams off this one. Yeah, he didn't ball, but he didn't cost the team the game. And that, to me, is like, that's important. Jalen Hurts didn't do anything to help his team. They had that defensive stop definitely got them that score. But if it wasn't for that defensive stop, they wouldn't have scored. And they just kept going 3 and out and stalling. And it's like, what are we doing?
As a leader, I imagine Caleb Williams, again, when he succeeds, it's great. When the team wins, it's great. But when he sees his running backs do well like that, the line for Swift before this game was to get 36 rushing yards. Absolutely crush that. So as a quarterback, you see the people around you succeed, you can't help but feel great for them. Monungai, rushing touchdown. I think Swift also had a rushing touchdown. It's just good to see things like that for your team, to know that, like, we are not relying on our quarterback here. We are not relying on our defense. This is a team effort to make sure that we win every game.
It was very much so a team effort. Very good game, I think, for Friday. For the singular game today, for it being the only game we get today, I think that was probably the best outcome I think we can get from a game like that. And I was very excited to see what when the Bears lost the football and the Eagles then did score, how would the Bears respond? And then before the second half, they kept going 3 and out. And I'm like, this is where the Bears are going to lose. I tweeted it out. Follow me on Twitter. I tweeted it out. I said, this is where the Bears are going to lose the game because they cannot continue the success on offense. And that's where a lot of teams fizzle out, is the fact that they can't continue. They can score, like, the first 15 plays go well, which we see a lot in the NFL. The first 15 plays that they practice go well, but then after that, they have to keep continuing to compromise, and it just doesn't work out sometimes. But for the Bears, they have that defense. They got that interception themselves, and it's just like, wow, that was great football to stay in that game and to not even give the Eagles a chance to come back in that game. All right, let's go ahead.
Back to the Eagles' offense in general, but one of their only scores of the game, or the only touchdown in the game, was just throw the ball up and let your star receiver catch it. Mm-hmm. And he did. That's it.
Yeah, the A.J. Brown hate, I mean, I think watching this game, you were like, can we get Saquon involved? Because if you got Saquon involved with the AJ Brown producing like he did, like that's a blowout. But
He had so many chances though. He had so many rushing attempts, and they just weren't leading to anything.
and again, that's where I think like that the line of scrimmage where the Eagles are losing the battle up front now, and that's not the norm. That's not what's supposed to happen. The Eagles are supposed to dominate that. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. It was crazy.
The watch for the Eagles, amazing to watch for the Bears.
Well, yeah, I mean, Eagles are definitely on out of it, but definitely rooting. Bears are definitely more on a scarier. I'm more happy for the Bears because now they seem like a legit and scary team. And as someone who's in the NFC with the Rams, I would love to play them just to see what they can do against an offense that's not going to fizzle out and how that defense is going to compare to ours. But to beat the Super Bowl champs, you can't play that down at all.